Then he goes on to say, basically, I knew these jokes were bad while telling them, but I did them anyway, and I feel bad about it. Is this revisionist history on Mr. Leno's part? Does he really feel bad about making hand over fist and multi-million dollars? That wasn't his only... I mean, he did joke upon joke upon joke. You got to come up with material somehow. And I don't necessarily say it needs to be racially driven, but this wasn't his blanketed statement.
I mean, listen, man. I find racism hysterical. And I know that some people might not like that statement, but I can't help myself. I feel like comedy is one of those areas where you got to just leave it alone. Now, do I believe his fucking story about how, like, he's just trying to, like, half-ass backpedal? No. You guys were giggling about Asian jokes in the fucking writer's room, and it's okay. It's fine. Yeah. It's comedy. That's your job. You got paid to do it, so I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I mean, I disagree with him in that this isn't about woke culture. Maybe no one's specifically coming after him to cancel him completely, but I think Jay Leno has been as successful as he's been because he's kind of been able to see the writing on the wall with things, and that's what's created the longevity of his career. And I think if these guys pushed forward with a lawsuit and it became a media story that Jay Leno was being sued by an ethnic group for ethnic jokes, we now know, based on recent history, that there is no timeline, or what do you call it? Statute of limitations on being canceled. And so I think Jay Leno is just smart enough to get in front of it. If you break down jokes, think of any Dave Chappelle bit, think of any Bill Burr bit, you can kind of, if you really broke it down like in real people reasoning terms, yeah, they make people feel bad. But that's also why they're funny in the moment, because like he said, there's a ring of truth around them. And were they funny? Obviously, he wouldn't have told them for 10 years straight if they weren't funny, if people weren't giggling at them. So does he feel bad about making people of that ethnicity feel bad? Yes, I'm sure he does. But why make it a public statement unless some, company's threatening lawsuits?
Well, I was going to say if Leno had continued on this joke spree, he would just say, why do you care what I do? I've been out of the game for ages. Why are you coming at me now? This stuff was done years ago. I'm not a host of anything anymore. But I did not realize this. He hosts a game show called You Bet Your Life on Fox. So this group offered the network an ultimatum of firing the host, or now the group will approach sponsors to boycott the project. Didn't know that. I didn't know Leno came out of retirement to host some shitty game show.
I don't think it started airing yet.
Okay.
And so that would be why you get out in front of it before, you start to have this controversy as soon as it goes to air, or you can't rile up enough sponsors to support it, to go to air. And he's got Jay Leno's Garage. He's got a lot of projects he still does. I watch Jay Leno's Garage every now and again. It's actually, to me, it makes me like Jay Leno more because he's like a real person talking and not just, I heard they like to eat dogs. Which, by the way, why aren't they going after the North Koreans and folks that still eat domesticated animals? And I mean like pets. Why aren't they mad at them for the jokes he told were a lot of them were rooted around the dog eating situation that we're all aware of. Isn't that worse than bringing it up in joke form in a monologue? You know what I mean?
Eating of dog?
Yeah, the eating of dogs, to me, call me crazy, seems worse than joking about someone eating a dog.
Yeah, but I mean, I try not to judge people's other countries' dietary things. And just there's a couple points here. One, dogs not anywhere near endangered. Fuck them. We've got too many of them. Sarah McLachlan always makes you cry before they kill like 16 of them. So fuck it. feed somebody, I'm sure dog meat's not great. So whoever's eating it's probably not super stoked about it. And then 2, North Korea, I don't know what goes on behind the fucking, the wall over there, but I have a feeling that the average everyday North Korean citizen has a little difficulty eating their fill on a day to day. So if you gotta fucking take out a Dalmatian, get a little protein in there, fucking go for it.
I would like to.
They're fucking half blind anyway, right?
Yeah, and deaf. I would like to point out and assholes that Alan in the last 5 minutes said racism is funny and eat dogs. Don't care.
Look, I didn't say we eat dogs. We have lots of resources here. I can go to McDonald's. There are a little more options, I think, here. Like I said, I don't know. Never been there. So yeah, but hey, if you're in a situation where an authoritarian regime might limit your food intake, I think dogs on the menu is all I'm saying.